There's a longer gap between episodes 4 and 5 of a preview guide this season. That's not because I've been lazy, although I kinda have. It's because the anime is not so much flooding out the floodgates, it's being drip fed to us. Not what I mind, it's giving me more chance to relax, enjoy the anime as it airs, and bring my thoughts together over what I want to show and when. It's also giving me time to play more Final Fantasy, which is much appreciated. With the backlog slowly but surely starting to build up again, and I need to get these episodes out before I get drowned under the myriad of analogies I'm coming up with to talk about anime this season. Seriously, can you tell I'm beginning to worry about how many different analogies I'm trying to come up with? Because this is a 2021 summer anime preview from a different perspective. Finally, it's a news anime, which is not an isekai. Welcome to the world of the Aquatope on White Sands, an anime about a former idol who retires from being on idol work because she's not that great at it, but instead of going home, she decides to run away to Okinawa instead. Our main character this time is a girl called Fuka. She had bright dreams as a kid. She wanted to become an idol singer, part of an idol group, and wear her special red shoes. But despite going to Tokyo and getting herself her special red shoes, she never got the chance to wear them. She was in an idol group, but she was always a reserve, the one in the backstage helping all the others, never going to a fore, never really singing and dancing on stage, and never really fulfilling her dream. And so she leaves. Heading home, she calls her mum, and she finds out that everybody else is kind of expecting her home, saying, "Oh no, it's not too bad. You're welcome back home. Sorry for everything which went wrong." It's all too obvious. Everybody expected her to fail, which is not a good feeling to have. And so, as I said earlier on, she runs away to Okinawa, the opposite side of the country, where she finds a rather shady fortune teller, who turns out to be quite nice actually. Tells her to look out for the Sagittarius, follow Sagittarius. And she ends up, through the help of a tourist person, at the aquarium, where she meets another girl, Kukuru, an Okinawan girl who loves the fish, loves the seaside, even to a point of writing a report about squids rather than doing her maths homework. This is going to be one of those coming-of-age drama anime which is going to destroy me. I mean, I just have to look at the people who are making it, PA Works, to know that. But the whole feel about it, the whole presentation is every much as you expect from PA Works. It looks fantastic, the characters look fantastic, and the plot sounds interesting. It's got me hooked. It's thrown out a bait, and it's got me hooked. If you don't want to watch Aquatope, you can find it airing over at Crunchyroll. I spoke too soon. We're back to the Isekai series, with a Dungeon of Black Company, an anime about a super neat who's built his way up into the penthouse of his own houses and wants to live a life of luxury of not having to do anything, not having to work, not having to go to any kind of education, and just live a lap of luxury on his own money. Sadly for him, he's teleported to another world, wearing nothing but his underwear and is having his iPad at hand. Unlike another anime, he does not have a magic power source for his iPad. He decides to sell it and it doesn't really do much. He gets beat up because it runs out of power. And he ends up working in a dead-end job, mining this demonite, I think they call it, crystals for pittance of money to survive. And that's where our story starts, as our main character Kinji tries to find ways to make bank while doing as little work as possible. He's joined by Wanabe, a lizard man who is relatively simple but very straightforward. Nice guy, but going to be always dragged around by Kinji's schemes. And a dragon girl, Rimu, who is adorable, who is about as adorable as she is hungry. And the only reason why she doesn't eat Kinji is because he promises her good food and delivers it, for now, until he runs out of money, at which point Rimu's going to start munching down on Kinji's backside. Gotta like some good rump meat. Dungeon of Black Company is a dark humour isekai series with crazy schemes and loud characters. It's not going to be for everyone. There's enough there to keep me interested for a few episodes if it was a quieter season. or if it was a season with much fewer isekai series. That this season is not. I've had one too many isekai series this year. This is one too many for me. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. You can find it airing out at Funimation. CG anime sure is getting a lot more frequent these days, isn't it? Thus is the case with D-Side Traumerei, the animation. An anime about, I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure after watching the first episode. It appears to be about a mysterious other world invading ours, and people who have superhuman powers selected by some weird rodent fight them off, and people don't remember fighting, except for people who fought, and they're humans who have been summoning weird beasts. Now I'll be honest, the premise of the episode didn't really stick with me, but it was an exciting episode, I'll grant it that. From the moment we first started learning about Ryuhei and his weird dream, to the moment we fight on the rooftops of Shibuya with the short girl with a chain gun and the other guy, which I can't remember what he had, to a weird dream world where we fought with other people. Again, I don't know exactly who they are, what they're doing, but the whole fighting is interesting. Now, the elephant in the room is, of course, the animation. It's very much CG. It's not as horrible as some CG anime. I would, if I like the look of the anime, I would happily sit down and watch this. It's up there with the likes of Arpeggio in terms of CG quality. It's very much CG, not hugely robotic like the previous one was, but it's very fluid, very blatantly CG. It doesn't try and hide itself like something like Black Hot Shooter tried to do. It is showing itself forefront as CG, and unlike other anime from previous seasons, is not trying to cut costs in doing so. This one's CG for a purpose, and it's more to make the fights more fluid. And like I say, if this anime is more interesting, I would happily sit down and watch it. But in a season as packed as this, I just can't. If you don't mind CG, and you want a decent action series, you could go a lot worse than this one this season. If you want to decide, you can find it airing out at Crunchyroll. Just about creeping into the guide comes the latest in the Love Live franchise, Love Live Superstar, an anime about school idols and girls who want to become them. This time out, our main character is a girl called Kanon Shibuya, who really loves singing, and people love her voice. There's a fatal flaw when it comes to singing though. Horrible stage fright. Whenever it matters most, she stands on stage, she can't sing, and she faints. And so her dream of entering into the music program of the prestigious school she wants to enter is doomed to fail. As at the rehearsals and the introduction to try and apply for school, of course she's told to go up on stage and sing. And of course she just face plants onto the ground, unable to do anything. Poor Kanon, she's got a dream and it's crushed already. She does at least get to go to the regular class of the same school. She can still go to the same school, it's just she can't be a prestigious music student there. And so her dream of singing is crushed. And of course, this being Love Live, she spontaneously breaks into song when you least expect it. Although, the weird thing is not breaking into song spontaneously and the world just freezes around them. She actually breaks into song in the street, and is heard by a passing by schoolgirl, Keke Tang, who is a Chinese girl transferred to Japan, half Chinese, half Japanese, moved from Shanghai. Clearly Love Live Superstar are going for a Chinese market this time. But Keke is kind of cute, a bit hyperactive, a bit too obsessed with school idols, but she's cute. Also introduced to some other blatantly going to be idol characters. We got Chi, her main friend, cute silver-haired girl with buns in her hair, works in lots of fast food places, and is a good dancer. Yet she's clearly going to be doing choreography for the group. And the episode really focuses on two other characters, which are almost certainly going to be in the idol group as well. We got Traumerei, the haughty girl. I'm not going to call her an Ojo-sama, because I don't think she is. It just has that air about her that is almost Ojo-sama-like. Let's call her Ojo adjacent. And then finally, Hazuki, the prim and proper, almost certainly some kind of student council girl, who is blatantly going to be the other idol member. Love Live has a history of student council presidents being idols. Examining every single series so far, I don't think they're going to skip this one. Especially since it's in the music number at the end of the episode, kind of giveaway really. Now, Love Live has got kind of stale recently. Love Live I really loved. Love Live Sunshine, I really didn't. It was a good anime, and I think people who went in and watched that one first appreciated it for what it is, but for me, coming into it from Love Live Original, it just seemed samey. Nijikataki High School sort of lost me. The whole premise of a girl bringing together other girls to be idols, but not being an idol herself, just sounded weird to me. Love Live Superstar has shut things up a bit by changing one of the core values to Love Live. The number of idols. You see, in all the previous Love Lives, there was 9 idols, 9 girls, with 9 news. In Love Live Superstar, it looks like you got 5. Kanon, Keke, Hazuki, Traumerei, and Cheech. Even the ending thing is based on 5 people. What's happened in Love Live? Have they lost 4 people? Do I want to pay less money? Or just want to focus more on these 5 characters? Maybe add more at a later date. Now, Love Live Superstar is a return to form for Love Live in my opinion. It's a different type of story to the original ones, but it's still entertaining and worth watching. If you like idol anime, give it a try. If you're a fan of Love Live, definitely give it a try. If you like wandering into the street spontaneously singing, go get help. That's not healthy. You can find Love Live Superstar airing over at Funimation in America and on Crunchyroll in the UK. And so that was the Aquatope on White Sand, the Dungeon of Black Company, D-Side Traumerei, and Love Live Superstar. So what did you think of today's episodes? I'll let you know what I think of them. Let me know in the comments what you think. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow me here on YouTube and on Twitch for daily streams. But until next time, bye bye.